This news update is brought to you by...
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connected to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
This is the Barbados Today Evening News Update for Thursday, October 29th. Thank you for joining us. I am Marie-Claire Williams. Barbados National Oil Company says it is continuing efforts to bring a gas leak at the Woodbourne St Phillip site under control as soon as possible. Company officials as well as police, fire and health and safety officers were on the scene since last night after residents complained. Technical manager of the BNOC, Mervyn Gordon, told Barbados Today the gas is not toxic and they will update residents in the area on the situation as soon as possible. Gordon said the leak was coming from an abandoned gas well. According to him, the company is liaising with all emergency services on the matter.
The situation is that we have a well that was damaged. It is issuing gas into the atmosphere. We are currently working towards trying to effect the control of that well, and at the moment I'm just about to head out to the well, so I can't be on the phone for too long. We hopefully will have that control done sometime today. No, there isn't any evacuation plan at this point in time. All of the emergency services have been liaising with us, etc., and that is the position at this point in time.
Air traffic controllers at the Grantley Adams International Airport remained off the job today in continued protest against working conditions. Barbados Today's Emmanuel Joseph has this report.
Deputy General Secretary of the Barbados Workers Union, Dwayne Paul, told Barbados Today, while he could not disclose the real reason for the action at this stage, he admitted that operations at the airport were dislocated last night when all air traffic controllers, including senior management staff, walked off the job. Paul said this resulted in significant delays in flights, and he expects this to continue today. However, he admitted there would be some coverage by air traffic controllers. While again he was not specific, he said the action by the air traffic controllers preserved the civil aviation industry in Barbados and helped the country to continue being recognized for adhering to international standards. He said the matter was now before the Minister of International Transport, Richard Seeley, and a meeting is scheduled for this evening to address what he described as a lapse at the airport last night. Director of Civil Aviation Kingsley Nelson was not available, and Minister Seeley is at Cabinet. Emmanuel Joseph for Barbados Today.
Prime Minister Freundel Stuart is warning that Barbados' inclusion on a recent blacklist of the European Commission could impact the country's reputation, and he wants the 8th meeting of the Global Forum to join in the fight in addressing the issue. Speaking at the start of talks earlier today at the Hilton Hotel, Stuart also called on participating countries to look at the wide range of tax and tax-related issues affecting small, vulnerable countries.
I am of the view that there needs to be some mechanism to ensure that countries which have fully committed to the Global Forum's process and are actively taking the steps to implement recommendations to its satisfaction do not suffer the fate of being penalized by other agencies. I believe that the Global Forum has a very important role in contributing to this discussion. In relation to double taxation agreements, I should like also to urge the Global Forum to encourage its members, particularly the developed countries, to take action to ratify negotiated and agreed tax treaties.
Barbados has put the newly inaugurated Caribbean Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency on notice to give early attention to assisting this country in developing ocean energy. The suggestion was thrown out by the Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister, Senator Darcy Boyce, to some of the partners during a news conference at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center.
If we can get geothermal working efficiently and cost effectively, we can get OTEC working efficiently, effectively, we can, I think, solve two of our really major problems in the region, which is electricity vulnerability and water scarcity. As well as with the OTEC, we can improve our food production, particularly our fish production. So, and that would be the way. If this is one big thing that the Center focuses on in the next few years, that would be enough for me.
And Senator Boyce has thrown out a challenge to telecommunications provider Flow to help address a number of the challenges currently facing the island. At the CNW business launch last evening, Boyce said it came at a critical juncture in the island society and economy. He also pointed out that after 2 decades of minimal growth in the productivity of the economy, there was need to improve substantially in that regard. He said achieving the level of productivity would depend on the use of information and communications technologies. Boyce said the creation of new products and services was also critical to driving productivity. He said there was now a need for new processes that were more rigorous, effective, and efficient, both in use of time and financial resources. Now for an update on the missing persons report, 65-year-old Glenville Norville of Seaman Village, Britain's Hill, St. Michael, has been located and is safe. He was reported missing by police earlier this week. In sports, Chargers men and Pan American Life Insurance Warrants women both staved off stiff fifth-set competitions to come out on top in the Goddard Enterprises Limited Division I Volleyball League last night at the Wilde Gymnasium. Warrants ladies, led by Captain Ryan Niles, won against Flow Century Deacons 26-24, 21-25, 25-17, 15-25, and 15-12 to take the best of 5 sets showdown 3-2. That win has now placed Warrants on top of the standings with 38 points and a mere 1 point clear of this year's knockout Queens Deacons as they seek to do the double. Meanwhile, Chargers, without their ace setter and captain Alan London, played well to come from behind to defeat Barbados Bearings Progressive 3-2. Progressive won the first set 25-14 before the Chargers took the second 25-21. Then Progressive came storming back to take the third at 25-23. As if stung by Progressive's resurgence, Chargers upped their game significantly to take the final 2 sets at 25-16 and 15-10. Flow Deacons men were also in action, and they made light work of Foundation United in straight sets 25-21, 25-11, and 25-15 to keep their hopes alive of winning the league.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, we're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
In news from the region, Trinidad's former Prime Minister Basdio Pandey is raising concerns that the upcoming internal elections of the opposition United National Congress could be rigged. Pandey's statement comes even as senior party officials say all steps are being taken to ensure the elections are free and fair.
I don't think there could be any doubt that they rigged that election. And they're going to rig this one as well. Because you see, the persons who are contesting the elections are the same persons who are running it.
As for Dr. Fuad Khan's call for Mrs. Prasad Besessa, who is now the opposition leader, to step down as the UNC's political leader, Mr. Pandey shared a different view.
That is a matter for the membership to decide. But the only way the membership can decide that is that the membership must have free and fair elections.
In the U.S., passengers on a Dynamic Airways flight were evacuated earlier today after the plane's engine caught fire on the runway of an airport in Fort Lauderdale. A spokesman for the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport says the fire was extinguished quickly. The Venezuela-bound flight was taxiing for takeoff when the left engine, which had been leaking fuel, caught fire. According to reports, 7 patients are at Florida Broward Health Medical Center and the hospital is expecting to receive up to 15 passengers. There are reports that one person has been seriously burned. Dynamic flies between Fort Lauderdale, New York, Venezuela, and Guyana. Saudi Arabia's foreign minister says there is no doubt that Syria's President Bashar al-Assad will go. He was speaking ahead of peace talks in Vienna scheduled for Friday. Foreign ministers from a number of countries, including Russia, Iran, the US, and Turkey, will attend the discussions to try to find a solution to the conflict which broke out 4 years ago.
I wouldn't describe it as a place at the negotiating table. I would describe it as being part of a conversation in which it becomes very clear to Iran and to Russia what the coalition countries are expecting in terms of a settlement in Syria. It would be based on the Geneva I formula, the setting up of a transitional governing council that would have full executive powers to ensure that they can maintain state institutions, both civil and military, the departure of Bashar al-Assad, the writing of a constitution, and the holding of elections.
And that's the news. There's more on our website, www.barbadostoday.tv. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 on Flow TV or Mix 96.9 FM for more news and sports. I am Maricla Williams. Good evening.